So, people, how are you? Brian Life here. Traditional artist, digital artist, 3D artist. For about 3 decades now, I've been doing art, learning all types of processes, techniques, skills, rendering, basic drawing, light, shadow, volume, understanding texture, color theory, and all types of other things. Styles, realism, hyperrealism, abstract, cartoons, exaggerated, um, expressive, sort of fantasy types of art, stylized, as you may call it. So now, with the advent of AI over the years, I have, over the past year, it's been a big increase of AI art, quote unquote, and a lot of people debate on, is it real art, is it not? It's just typing prompts. And I always, as I investigated a bit, I could see that they had a pen tool and they had sort of ways to in-paint or select areas that you want AI to concentrate on and to focus and to change. And then you could type in prompts, but I always felt that there was no control. There's not an artist's voice because you're actually not drawing it. And then I did hear that you can actually utilize your own artwork and put it in, and it will re-render it, redraw it, or give you variations and variants of whatever you're drawing, right? But I never knew how to do that, and I was always trying to research, and I was just like, I don't like this AI. It's just making it too easy for people to say that they're an artist. People are not going to learn their skills. They're not going to practice. They're not going to learn the traditional ways and go through the ropes like I have. And but there was always some curiosity of like, well, okay, it seems to be so intelligent. Like, it's producing such realistic work, such amazing stuff, wild things, putting it together. There's got to be a way to more control it, right? So I don't want to make this video too long, but basically I found out about Vizcom.ai, and you can upload a sketch, a drawing, and then it will volume render your drawing with AI. It'll give it light, shadow, volume, and the characteristics of something realistic with weight and substance based off of your drawing and your shapes. And I've been trying it out. So without further ado, I've been doing really awesome things as far as coloring goes, lighting, coloring, utilizing the volume aspects. Now these are characters, my original characters, right? I wish there was a way to just solo out, but you can't really solo out. So, for instance, this character, so many layers, right? This drawing, it gave me that. And then obviously there's some tweaking that I did with the eyebrows, so I'd have to go over and redo it. When it comes to this character here, this character is this character. So I brought in this hand-drawn sketch, and it gave me that after I worked with the tools that it has, the rendering influences, the various like dials that you could set to refine it, to render it completely different. There's all kinds of ways. I'll click generate right now. It's going to take what it sees on the canvas. It's even going to take my sketch on the your right, my left, and give me these weird looking mixed, terrible, abstract thing, right? But I could undo that, and I could refine what's already there on the canvas, which is more concentrated on your drawing, not on making up new things. As you can see, this character got a little bit of a change, and it gives you just kind of variations of. Now the hand drawing, there's a way to select it so it only focuses on that area, and I will use the rendering, which is utilizing AI. It also has a lot to do with your character, hip hop kid. has to do with your prompts and your words. So the further I bring this to the left, then it's going to only depend on my words. The more over to the right, or right or left, basically 100%, it's going to depend on, it's going to look at your drawing. So let's try a 90% influence from the drawing and some of these words. You see, so that's basically kind of what it gives you. It's not that great, but it is working with it. And it's giving it volume, it's giving it skin tones, shadow, it's understanding what it is, what I'm trying to do, it's giving it hair texture, and it's still staying true to the drawing. So this is a very interesting way to utilize AI. Is it cheating? I don't know. Yes, I mean, I don't want to say I don't know. It's definitely speeding up your process. It's giving you a lot of coloring and rendering that if you are not able to do on your own, you'll never be able to do on your own because you'll rely on AI. If you are able to do it on your own, you could utilize it to speed up your process instead of spending hours rendering and coloring in the way that you always may do it. Possibly your AI can get trained enough to where it can, or you can try it so many times, generate enough until it hits the spot that you like, and then you can go in and repaint it after. Then you can emphasize and edit and clean up. So, for instance, I don't have my pen here at this very moment, so, it's in my pocket. But what I brought this up to make this video on, I really wanted to actually just talk about something that I saw. A comment, I exposed this on Facebook and Instagram to see what people thought. So they said, yeah, AI is great, but I can't really control it to do what I want. So say, for instance, I have a hand and I want to pose it in a certain way. AI will not give me that. It'll give me something else. And I thought that was also true until I took a hand and I traced it. A real photo of a hand. I traced it as if it was a drawing, colored in some shadows, and then I shut off the image. And what does AI give me? I have to type in realistic hand. Whoa, alright. Woman's hand. I don't know how to spell. Elegant. Graceful. Probably terrible spelling there, but anyway, let's see what it gives me. So if I click render, but also have it at the Vizcom general, and I have it at 100%, actually 95%, so it's going to look at 95% of my image. Watch what it gives me. I think it's quite advanced. You're going to be surprised. It's going to be pretty dead on realistic hand. It gave me two hands, but for the most part, let's try it again. Alright, I can select that just to focus on that. Alright, let's go 100%. My drawing, and it says realistic woman's hand, elegant. I think I need two L's in elegant. Graceful. I spelled wrong. I mean, it's quite amazing that it's giving me that. And I don't have to press confirm, I just press generate again. This is all based off of my drawing with the shadow and lighting that I did that was all traced and based off of a photo. So it doesn't know that I had a photo. It's not seeing the photo. It's just giving me what it thinks I want as far as lighting and shadow and volume. And it's basically realistic and dead on, almost close to the real photo. I mean, it's very pale, and there's definitely a bend going on. I've had better results when I tried this prior to this video. Women's hands, elegant hands, posed. Oh, nice French manicure. I don't even know if that's spelled right. Let me go check. Alright, I may edit this video just to... Alright, elegant. It does not have two G's. So you gotta learn how to spell before you use AI. But right now it's using 100% of my drawing with some of the words possibly to guide it. I don't really know how much it does that. But if I bring it down, the further I bring this lever down from 100%, it's still coming out very pale. So let me bring it to 80% and see what it generates. But yeah, it's basically giving me a full render from my drawing, realistic. So AI has come to the point where it's basically going to do what you're asking it to do. You know, a lot of these are very pale. Latin woman's hands posed, tan skin. I don't really want it to be like super pale, so I'm trying to hope that it understands what I'm looking for, a darker skin tone. But yeah, basically you can direct it by your drawing, how you want it to look. I mean, look at that. You know, and then you can obviously export that out. You would have to export that out to Photoshop, and you would want to do cleanup and edit to make it correct, because it's not perfect. You know, it's definitely got some warped stuff going on. It's got some AI-ness happening. You know, where you can see that it's struggling a bit. But yeah, you can like go in and you can draw these things. You know, and then I could select that and regenerate. Actually, I could refine what I have there, and it's going to look at what I have and give me a fixed version. Right now it's at 50%. If I went closer to the drawing, it would actually be a little more accurate to my touch-up, my drawing touch-up. Cleanup. Yeah, that's awful. So, AI definitely can be weird and warped like that. But, you know, it's definitely quite amazing. You know, that's a little better. Obviously, I can... Actually, this is going to remix the whole hand. This is going to look at everything because it's not selected anymore. It's going to take the whole thing. But, yeah, you know, so it's not perfect. It's actually getting a little distorted now, but I may edit the video just because this part's not the greatest. I guess you gotta fiddle with it. Or, you know, if you're a traditional artist like myself, you can sit there and fix it and paint it. Yeah, that's awful. Definitely failing. It's failing on that. So it's refine is what you would need to do, is just to sort of fix that area. I don't know if it's going to focus on only the thumb. I don't think it was selected. Yeah. No, it gave me a very painterly hand. But you can see what I'm trying to say. That basically, it did give me the original drawing, based off of the original drawing. It really like, was nailed it. Nailed it. French manicured it. Now it's definitely having a lot of issues. It's not able to handle what I'm asking it. But, you know, refine. I guess I have to go closer to the drawing and refine it. Maybe I have to give it more of the image for it to understand what it's doing. Possibly it's not taking into account the other surrounding fingers. Yeah, that's better. Now the skin tones are wrong. But like I said, if you're an artist like myself, you can go into Photoshop and you can actually paint it, which is needed for a lot of this, to be honest. Let me refine it all, actually 100% everything. Just give it a once over. Maybe it needs to reference all of its parts in order to understand what I'm asking it to do. But I'm quite impressed. It's scary almost. It's so real. It's so good at what it does. It's still not getting this thumb because it's actually the back of the thumb. So I will say that as everyone knows, hands are the hardest thing for AI to handle.